Disclaimer. The content provided in this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. While we discuss topics related to mental health advice, life wisdom, and alike, the opinions expressed are personal views of the hosts and do not constitute professional, legal, or medical advice. We make no representations or warranties about the accuracy or completeness of the information discussed. Any action you take based on the information in this podcast is strictly at your own risk, and we are not liable for any losses or damages in connection with its use. Additionally, this podcast may contain discussions around addictions, substances, which are intended for adult audiences. We do not endorse any illegal activities. Please consult your local laws before engaging in any actions related to this content. By listening to this podcast, you agree that you are over the age of 18 or the age of majority in your jurisdiction and understand the terms of this disclaimer.
Welcome to the Balancing Forces podcast, where two opposites collide in the best way possible. One brings the fire,
the other keeps it chill.
But together we share life's lessons, hard-earned wisdom,
advice you can actually use.
Whether you need a fresh perspective or just a laugh, we're here to elevate your mind. So buckle up, because things are about to get real and
really funny.
Bonus Track 7, The Dog and the Electric Fence. In his tight, challenging book, The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer offers a brilliant analogy for the effects of doing what I call soul work. So, you got a new dog, a mid-size, rambunctious one that loves to tear out of the yard and run down the street. Very early on, Fido found all of the other dogs that lived down the street. He discovered the immense pleasure that comes from chasing cars, digging in the neighbors' trash cans, and burying bones in the park. Very early on, Fido discovered that there's a whole lot more to joy to be found well outside of the confines of his own yard. He loves you dearly and very much appreciates the alpo you provide, but wants to run free and bark and chase and play all day. Well, that's kind of how your soul is. Sure, it likes the security of daily, alpo, but it desires the freedom and flow of an unbound and unburdened life. Your soul knows what would make your heart sing. Your conscious mind is cluttered with fears and worries, but your inner soul knows your joy sources. Back to Fido. You, being Fido's owner and the one who has to go find him every time he scampers off, decide enough is enough. You install an electric fence for the dear boy so he won't bolt every time you let him out. After doing so, you walk Fido to the perimeter of your lot, each time showing him the effect of getting too close to the edges. Fido gets zapped at every edge and corner, and Fido discovers very quickly that getting near the edge ain't fun. More importantly, he realizes that his days of roaming and pillaging are over. Sullen, he accepts his fate, stuck in a reality that is okay, but certainly not great. Sound familiar? Fido is you. Life has walked you to the edges of safety and zapped you when you got too close. Now you're stuck in a reality you did not originally choose, but daily keep choosing, and which does not feed your soul. It may be good, but it surely isn't great. More likely, it is miserable. You're trapped in a reality you hate that goes against the very nature of who you are. What Fido doesn't realize is that all he really has to do is lean in for about 3 feet until he clears that electric fence. All he needs to endure is about 3 feet or so of pain, and he's home free. Only a short amount of pain stands between him and the life he knows he was meant to live. 3 feet to freedom, joy, and a happy life of play. 3 feet. So very little, far less than you realize, stands between you and the joy you long for. You're convinced if you go into the pain, it'll last forever and kill you, just like Fido is. But it doesn't, and it won't. So very little stands between you and the freedom of your soul. 3 feet to aliveness, peace, power, and purpose, joy. I know you feel completely overwhelmed and like there is truly no hope. I understand. I have been there. I've lived it. But if you have the courage to push through some brief hard stuff, life will turn very quickly. 3 feet. You just gotta have the courage to lean in, endure some hardship and sorrow, and then move into your new life of effortless existence. You ready? Or do you need to live the pain a while longer? Change will not occur until the pain gets bad enough, and your pain will get worse until you finally act. Perhaps you still need more misery before you're sure. The gods are happy to provide it if that's what it takes. For the gods want to finally take you to an abundant life and true happiness.
Are you ready to level up your astrology game? Join the Alchemist Laboratory by Solar Systems. For just $33 a month, you get access to 10+ courses, a resource library, manifestation secrets, live Q&As, and so much more. Over $2,300 in value. Transform your understanding of astrology and unlock hidden knowledge. Sign up now through the school app and follow Solar Systems on TikTok and Instagram.
Book recommendation: The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Great book, dense and strong, much to absorb. Song recommendation: Let's Go Country. I love this song. Such a simple message, so clear and true. Born to Fly by Sarah Evans. Download it and give it a good listen. The message will stick in you and inspire you. Bonus track 8, The Purpose of Why. In my old line of work as a clergyman, I heard many a pastor exhort people, particularly at the time of death and funerals, to not get wrapped up in the question of why. Why, whether at death, times of loss, or during major setbacks, is an unanswerable question, they would say. And thus, it was ultimately fruitless and pointless as they saw it. But I have never been a believer in that line of thinking. In fact, I believe precisely the opposite. Resolution never comes to anything unless one is able to find or create some why, some frame in which to picture the events or circumstances. The why may take years or decades, but it must come and does come. It may not be the why you ever thought would come. It may not be the why others would prescribe for you. It may not be a why that even makes sense to anyone else. But it is your why, and to you it makes sense, even if it's in the most upside down way. Peace only comes when there is some sort of ordering of the cosmos and the events that triggered the unrest. Further, to engage the why is to engage God himself. To many spiritual leaders frame why as a statement of doubt and thus bad, but questioning whether in daily conversation or directed to God is a stepping toward something, not stepping away from. Spiritually, it's stepping into conversation with God. Or, for my atheist friends and clients, it is the engagement in the deepest conversation with your own soul. It is to ask yourself and dive deeply into the grand questions surrounding the core question of who you really are and what you really believe about life. Because there is no resolution until you, 1, do know who you are, and 2, know what you really believe about life and people, and 3, know how you order life and the universe, despite what anyone or any religion might have sold you previously. The purpose of why, whether at times of death or simply as one of the greatest tools on the spiritual journey, particularly in counseling and journaling, it is to climb down into the cave that you most fear to enter, the cave of your own soul, the cave of your own self. Only there can true life and clarity be found. The spiritual journey demands stepping towards God, stepping into your own soul, to engage the conversation, demanding to know why, unwilling to rest until resolution is found. This is the journey to the center of your soul. This is the journey of life itself. How awesome is this? This is going to be the book we're going to be giving away. It is an autographed copy as well. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Share this out with your friends. At the end of the series, there will be a giveaway for a copy of your own book. Thank you.